My name is Christian Martin of Christian Martin Associates. I am your co-host for the SportIn Global Summit here today, and also your moderator for the SportIn Global Summit. And it is with great pleasure that I get to moderate for this event and also lead for this next segment, because I as well work at the intersection of technology and sport. So over the past 11 years of working in the sports industry, I've come to find that the world of technology and sport are becoming more and more intertwined. And with that trend, we see the need for sports organizations to operate more and more like technology organizations. So I'm going to say that one more time. With technology and sports worlds becoming more and more intertwined, we see the need for sports organizations to operate more and more like technology organizations. So over the next several minutes, I'm going to dive into why technology companies have been adopting agile principles and values to optimize their operations, and why it is that sports businesses should do the same. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So what is agile? This may be a term that you haven't heard of before. It is very common in the software development space, which I'll get to in a second. But basically, agile is a set of 12 principles and 4 values. So I'll say it one more time. It's a set of 12 principles and 4 values. And these values and principles guide the selection of optimized ways that a company does its work. So for example, one of the values of Agile is to bring the customer into the development progress and to work with them in building the product, rather than negotiating a contract up front and hoping that the customer is satisfied with the end result. And this came about in the early 2000s, when the software industry had many projects that they were building, but they were failing or they were taking too long to complete. They just weren't happening the way they needed to work. And so the reason for these failures and delays was that traditional structures for managing projects and delivering work, that those structures were not adequate to support an industry whose work was very complicated and also whose environment was changing rapidly. So I'll say it one more time because it's a key point. So the reason for these failures and delays was that the traditional structures for managing these projects and delivering these work deliverables, that they were not adequate to support industry whose work was very complicated and whose environment was changing rapidly. And so in response, Agile was invented so that software companies could change their focus from what they were producing to how they were behaving to get the results they wanted. So that's a key point. So how they were producing, what they were producing, to how they were behaving to get the results they wanted. And from that, a whole movement unfolded called Agile transformation. So, as I mentioned earlier, Agile was first adopted in the technology sector, and it was widely adopted because it was able to help technology companies in many ways. So for example, in 2015, Cisco Systems underwent an Agile transformation with their subscription billing platform team, where they had been experiencing high levels of defects for this product. And these defects caused delays and increased expenses due to the overtime pay of their employees. After adopting Agile for this product line, they're able to achieve a 40% reduction to their overall level of product defects, which was a great success for them because it improved the quality of their product as well as saved the company time and money that it would have otherwise spent. And we see examples of success of Agile applied outside the industry of technology. So we also find organizations benefiting greatly, such as in education. So for example, Northern Arizona University was able to leverage the adoption of Agile to increase its marketing content production by 400%. In the finance sector, Santander Bank in 2016 was able to increase its customer loyalty by 12% and had its highest net promoter score of the new millennium. And to give one more example, in the aviation industry, Southwest Airlines in 2018 was able to put into production the development of a scheduling application that normally for them would take several months, and they were able to get that up into production in just 3 weeks. So to summarize, we could see a variety of benefits from adopting agile behaviors, such as improved product quality, quicker time to market, cost savings, increased output, greater customer satisfaction, and also more predictability in the work delivery. So, as we could see over the past 2 decades, agile transformation has been making its way from technology into other industries such as banking, education, and airlines, as I mentioned earlier. So now why is that? And the reason is actually pretty simple, is that financial companies, banking institutions, schools and universities, they're becoming more than just financial companies, banking institutions, schools and universities. They are becoming more and more technology and data focused, and those parts are becoming more essential parts of their business. And so that being agile has greatly benefited these companies, so that it is no surprise that adopting these agile principles has helped these organizations to optimize their operations and also experience the benefit for themselves. So again, a key point there is that we see technology and data overwhelmingly becoming more an essential part of any type of business that needs technology. And so the interesting thing is that when it comes to the sports industry, is that the sports industry has actually been one of the laggards in adopting agile. And interestingly enough, I think that COVID-19, as Thomas had mentioned and other speakers had mentioned, has been a big wake-up call and acceleration for the entire industry that the systems and operations we had in place before need to change, and that they need to change sooner than later, especially as sports becomes more dependent on technology as ever. So this is where we come in, Christian Martin and Associates. So Christian Martin and Associates is a sports and technology consultancy firm whose mission is to help our clients fulfill their destinies. And we have been working in the sports industry for 11 years and are one of the only firms in sports that specializes in agile. We've had the privilege to work with a great number of organizations in the sports industry. From our list, you could see Urban Soccer Park, Whitfield Athletics, the Super Bowl 50 host committee, SportIn Global, Columbus Cycler Go Bike It, Street Soccer USA, and one more that I don't have on there, Hispano America Soccer League. Oops, let me go back one. So the services that we provide these sports industry companies is in the following areas. So agile support for sports executives, so that these executives can become knowledgeable about how to lead an agile transformation within their company to get the benefits that agile has to provide. Furthermore, we do support for agile sports products teams, so they can develop optimized systems and behaviors using agile principles and values that will have them producing their greatest work and more of it in less time. We also provide agile coaching and consulting for athletic coaches and trainers, because if you think about it, athletes are products too. And how we go about developing these athletes can make all the difference in how that athlete performs. So earlier this year, we had the opportunity to work with SportIn Global CEO Ole Martin Vebenstad, where we used agile principles and data capture to help him build a personalized system to manage his workload and provide maximum value during his workdays. And within 5 weeks of working together, we were able to help him more than double his weekly productivity, as well as provide him with greater predictability as to when he could count on delivering work. So to recap, the sports world and technology world will become further and further intertwined as we advance into the future. Additionally, agile transformation will become more pronounced in the sports industry, bringing with it the benefits of higher value output, increased product quality, greater customer satisfaction, cost savings, and improved predictability in work delivery. That is it for my presentation here today. I invite you all to connect with me on the SportIn Global platform. You could find me on there by going to sportinglobal.com and typing Christian into the search bar. You should find me on there. Also, feel free to scan the QR code on the screen. So if you would like, I'm offering a free 25-minute consultation for anyone who would like to discuss how I may be able to help you fulfill your needs so that you could accomplish your destiny in the sports industry. That is all for me. Thank you very much. And you could also visit my website, cmassociates.consulting.